Hello and welcome to our build of the OG Pg Rx-78-2. And this is the original perfect grade Rx-78. And yeah, basically it's the granddaddy of them. If you were with us last time, we were working on the arms. And we basically got our arms put together. And we're going to work on painting up the underneath our skeleton here before we finish off the armor. But yeah, it is going fairly well. We have run into a couple little problems here and there, but nothing that has stopped us from continuing. So we have parts 1 and 2. We've got the arms and the head done. And now we are pushing forward with the legs. And we are now into the major components of our first leg assembly. So let me bring you down and I'll kind of bring you up to date on what we've been doing. So our first bits here get us with this assembly here, and that gets us into here. So we have these operating, this will swing back and forth like that. And we have this channel here that's going to make way for our other assembly. Now, here's where one of our springs goes. You'll see it slides right in here. Right, so we have this spring and a little T that holds it into place. That goes inside that channel, and now we have this teeter-totter, shock system going on here with the suspension. So that looks pretty cool. Now that gets us all that part. So this section here got us built here. So here's our, shoulder or hip part. I'm assuming here is our top part of the leg. Here's the other part, whatever this is going to end up to be. Now we are into this section here. So we've got this pre-assembled down here. So now we're into this section. So we've got this pre-assembled, and that's this right here. All right, and now that's going to clamshell here in between. So we can see we've got to fit these pins inside here in our clamshell. We've got this assembly already put together with our poly cap. Right, so that's going to get set into place. Right, that's going to go right here and right there and slide inside of this groove. All right, so we're set up pretty good to move us through into this next section. And then that's going to get us down to the final bit for our first leg. So far, it's gone really well. And we haven't done any painting yet because we're going to make that one whole episode where we'll go around and we'll continue to pick out the details like we did with the arms and start to try to bring in as much detail as we can with the markers. And that's where we are so far. So now that you're with me, let me get this component here put together, and we'll add this in, and then that'll get us to our full operating leg where we only have to add these extra components. And then I think we'll get into his foot. right into this pocket right here. And that should be that facing forward. Yep. Yes. So that goes that way. Right into there. Oops. Get in there. Right into there. You stay right there. In this channel. Right there. It's a little bit floppy, but now this, let's stick that right in there. Haha. See? Patience, my boy. Okay, now this, I like that part out, facing out, I do believe. Okay, so that sets that up, and then we should be able to put this in, I do believe, right? And that should sort of click together right here. Okay, and in between. Okay, and then the screws go right there, and they're little ones. So we have the small silver screws, one for either side. One, two. Okay. So now that we have these kneecap pieces here, they're going to fit to these pins and these pins right here. So once you get it sort of oriented to where those pins are going to line up for you, I do believe, or am I upside down? No, I should be right. Right? I think. Yeah. That's going to hook there, and that's going to hook there. But I think, I'm feeling like it's resisting some way, and I don't like it. So that's going to catch that. And there we go. So once that seats in there, so now we can get a hold of this other pulley cap, and that can grab in there, and that works our hydraulics for our knee. All right, so now this one, once we get it located through the hole, there. So now I just got to sort of position it so that it's going to line up with your pins and our pulley cap, and then there we go. Once we get it cinched up together, we should be all right. And then on this side, we're going to get a screw just to make sure that we've got load bearing capacity. So we'll get a screw in there. There, you can feel it cinch right up. Okay, so there we have our leg with our knee joint. Right, gives us a full bend, top and bottom. Right. Okay, so next, right here. So let's get this finished out. Gundam leg. I know how to build one. Yeah, bendy knee. Ooh, yeah. Bendy toe. Yeah. Take that. Bendy ankle. So we have the leg. Here it is. And it gives you a good idea of how the components go together anyways. For the leg assembly, we have the thrusters underneath. And we have our, suspension and stuff working for the ankle. Now there's no armor and no paint at all on this one. And the other leg, we started to play around with. So we've got a bit of the metallics going on. And, we started experimenting. I used a little bit of this green stuff world for highlights. And I think I'm going to start to work in some other metallics. And we'll do that in the next episode where we carry on. So I think what I'll do is I'll peel off this armor. And we will get the rest of the arms and the legs all nicely detailed up. And we'll start doing a bunch of metallic work with the markers. They're not perfect with the metallic finish. I mean, you can get lots, better if you want to get more, complicated. But I think, for someone who wants to build and just go, kind of quick, you get a lot of detail. Now, a lot of it's going to be hidden with the armor. So what you see underneath, what you're going to peek in, is going to look great, I think. And, it makes it really easy to go around with the markers and just sort of, touch up what you want. And, as opposed to cutting, masking, and everything, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But for this one, we just wanted to kind of sort of move quick and show how you can do it simply and still get a really cool effect. So there's a comparison with the two legs. One's sort of started and one's sort of, just bare, just painted. And you can, kind of see we're in for a treat, man. These kits are great. And I did not realize how, I guess everything is getting more expensive. But I notice now that these kits are starting to get more expensive now that, with all the tariffs on everything and that, I guess. So if you do see one of these at good value, at a good deal, I would grab one right away before they become unobtainium. But anyways, there we are, set for some metallics. And we've already got our parts pulled out here ready for the midriff and the body. So next episode, we'll probably be doing both. We'll highlight what we do with the markers, and then we will definitely get the rest of the body completed, and we should have a whole figure next time. So, Gunpla fun for summer, and I'm having a hoot. I love this kit. I can't wait to get more. So until next time, I'm the model student. Live, love, laugh, plan something for the future, because that's when I'll see you. So, cheers.